So I swear to you, I wasn't going to do this. I swear I had no intention of doing this. But this situation keeps coming up as much as I try to avoid it. So I have to talk about Alex Reed's tarot. So many of us were raised Christian. More were raised, well, not necessarily, but if you combine all the Protestant religions and stuff, but many of us were raised Catholic, as was I. But we didn't practice all that much, because I've told you my history of my family. They were always working, drunk, or fighting. But I remember as a child that if I came home from school and my mother wasn't there, and my mother didn't drive, so if she wasn't there, it was a big thing. And I would ask my father where she was, and he would tell me she went to church to light a candle. I knew that there was big issues because she would have to walk to church and light that candle. And we didn't go to church usually on Sundays. We did receive communion and confirmation, but maybe I don't remember ever going to church with my parents. I went to church maybe with some friends, like on midnight mass for Christmas and on Easter, and some couple of times during the year. But that's it. We didn't participate quite a bit. But my mother she really believed. I don't know about my father so much, but she did believe. But her life was just so messed up that she couldn't really participate as much as she wanted. So she definitely believed. But this thing with Alex, see, I don't understand why people are so upset with her. Especially, of course, Kellyanne Maddox had to jump in there and say something. Say, oh, this is like the third video she's made about Christians being nasty to us pagans, all that shit. And it really kind of pisses me off. Because the thing with Kellyanne Maddox is that she has protested for the Palestinians. Now, take my word for it. I don't want to see people hurt and die. I don't want to see babies killed. I don't relish that at all. But they're not the only ones that were murdered and genocide committed against them. They're not the only ones. They did it to the Jews. They did it to Israel. And so the thing that bothers me is that Kellyanne Maddox has sympathy for the Palestinians, but none for the Jews. It happened to them too. And so it bothers me that she, tries to convince people she's such a humanitarian when she falls short and she's so selective in who she feels sorry for, has sympathies for, and has loyalties to. It's all selective. And I know why. And I'm going to tell you why. She does it, well, first of all, in her own mind, I'm sure that that's true. But if she really wanted to be fair in when she makes her videos, she would talk about the Jews, the Israelis that were killed and murdered too, and those babies. I mean, because they were humans too. Now, I am not in any way in favor of any of the Abrahamic religions. I don't want to have nothing to do with them. This came off my mother's, ancestor altar. And you decorate your ancestor altar for their religion, not yours. So that's where this came from. And besides, I just think rosaries are pretty. And also, I do have a special connection with the Virgin Mary, which I think I've told you about before. Kellyanne also claims she has one, but not like mine. Not like mine. Hers is just that she just likes it. Mine is I have a really deep personal connection to the Virgin Mary, and I also think that she's just another, another way of the goddess. So I accept her in that way. I don't really go for Mother of Jesus kind of thing. I'm not Christian. I don't want to be Christian. I'm not Jewish. I don't want to be Jewish. And I certainly don't want to be Muslim. So, but Kellyanne Maddox always brings it up. The Christians are doing this to us and that to us. And boy, it didn't take Alex long to get up and say all these horrible things about tarot cards now and all that kind of stuff, And I am just so sick of it. I'm so sick of it because while Kellyanne Maddox has sympathy and good feelings about the Palestinians, for the Palestinians, she also, and that's kind of one-sided, she also has disdain, which is one-sided, for the Christians. So let me tell you something, and I've been on her thing when she made that video. All these people are saying, oh, well, the Christians this and the Christians that, and now she's like a Christian and she's doing this and that. Alex has no respect for pagans, and look at the horrible things she's saying about us pagans. I want to say to you people, get a freaking clue. You think Christianity is your big enemy? You better wake up, because it certainly isn't. If I had to pick any of them, I would pick Christianity, because let's face it, all of them subjugate women and treat women second class at best. From that, it goes to like treating them as an animal. Just pick what degree you want to talk about in that area. They're all that way. Every Abrahamic religion. That's why I'm not a religious follower of any Abrahamic religion. It's bullshit. All of it. But Kellyanne Maddox gets stuck on Christianity. You know why? Because she knows that this is my opinion only, that she knows people will watch her videos against Christianity. Well, let's face it, a lot of us were raised Christianity. We have a lot of baggage about Christianity, so of course they're going to click on Christianity. That's where their mental mind goes first, to Christianity, instead of Muslims. You want to know? Let me tell you. There is a movie that was made in 1986 based on a true story. The movie is called The Stoning of Saroya, Sayora. And I don't know if not sure where you can get it. You might get it on Prime, Netflix, I don't know, but I know it's out there and you can still get it. This woman was stoned in 1986, by Muslims. So what happened was, if I remember this movie correctly, I don't think I want to watch it again, because back then it really upset me. I think if I watched it now, I think I'd have to get drunk. So I don't want to go there. But if I remember correctly, this woman was married. She was a Muslim. He was a Muslim. He wanted to divorce her and marry, I think, a younger woman, something like that, something along those lines. And she wasn't going for it. So this Muslim man, made up this lie about her and accused her of adultery. So they stoned her to death, just so he could marry somebody else. Don't believe it? Watch the damn freaking movie. You should be aware that even in Kellyanne Maddox's country, I watched a video of her countrymen, her own people, the men in a country, getting pissed off because an immigrant raped and killed a 2-year-old baby. And she says nothing about that, but she'll defend a Palestinian because she thinks they're oppressed. She doesn't even realize what's going on around her. This is what I don't understand. She is so stupid, yes, I said stupid, that she will defend a Palestinian without realizing or acknowledging that her own country is getting swallowed up by Muslims. And one day, it's not going to happen in my lifetime because I'm old, but it might happen in her lifetime that she ends up being the oppressed because her country is being overtaken by Muslims. Don't believe me? Watch this guy's YouTube channel. His name is Sahar TV. Watch his YouTube channel. You'll see a lot of shit that's going on, especially all over Europe, but especially in UK. And there's, I think, in Ireland, the men are fed up with this, and they are getting in fights with Muslims on the street. These Muslims, they are in England. I mean, they're stopping traffic for the hour of prayer. Wherever they are, they're inconveniencing other people of other faiths because they want to pray on the street. They don't care. And I've seen videos where they just flat out lie about situations that happen, and then they try and play the victim. People better wake up. And I'm not saying that bad shit doesn't go on in America, because it does. There have been 2-year-olds raped and murdered and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? I personally know that our country is going to take care of it. Whereas her country, you know, that the King of England, from my understanding, and I could be wrong, but I've heard this, that he doesn't even fly the British flag anymore. He flies the Muslim flag. He is like this close to converting to Islam, is the way I hear it. So you watch Sahar TV and you'll see a lot of that goes on, which I don't understand where people that watch her videos aren't aware of this. Do they hide under a rock? Why do they pay attention to Kellyanne Maddox, but they won't pay attention to what's going on in the bigger world, worldwide? They'll narrow their view to Kellyanne Maddox's view. Why? Can't you think for yourself? And I'm not even saying you have to pay attention to me. All I'm saying is open your mind. Watch more videos. Watch Sahar TV. I think that guy is an Israeli. I don't know if he's Jewish. I don't really know. I think he might be even an American with a Jewish background. I don't know. But some of his videos are absolutely stunning. And do you know that these Muslims that have invaded Europe, they actually are expecting, and they fully admit this, they fully admit that they're going to take over Europe, and they're trying to take over America. And yet you're worried about one Christian being disrespectful? Get a clue. Christianity is not our big enemy. They're just a side issue. The big issue is Muslims. You want to know why? Because although Christians and the Catholic Church subjugate women, by degrees, Muslims are much worse. And nobody has anything bad to say about Muslims. Muslims walk through the street and they want to get rid of dogs. They don't like dogs. Do you like your dog? I love my dog. They think dogs are dirty. And if they see a dog in the street, they will walk up to that person and demand that they get that dog out of there. Really. So, and people in Ireland, the men there are revolting against the Muslims because they harass. If they see a woman who is not in a hijab or a burqa, they see women as an easy target. They will harass them and do all this kind of shit. And they have brainwashed their women. Look at their women. Their women even go for this crap. And you people would rather watch Kellyanne Maddox complain about a Christian? Give me a freaking break. I am so upset that everybody on YouTube is talking about Alex Reed's tarot. You think that's a big problem? You better wake up, because Muslims don't try and hide the fact that they want to take over the world. They tried to take over America. They've already taken over New York City. Really? Yep. We have a Muslim as a mayor in New York City. And I don't know if this is true or not, but I saw a picture of police that he has personally hired, and they're Muslim women wearing a hijab. You better wake up. You better start paying attention. You better start objecting to this. Thank God we have some men. It's the women that are the problem. Women are converting to Islam, saying, oh, it respects women. The one thing I have to say about Muslims is that they are more modest. And I myself, after seeing what some women do in public, is totally immodest. I am for going back to a little bit more modesty, but not to that degree where I have to, where they, have you watched a Muslim woman wearing a burqa try and eat? Give me a freaking break. Did you know that, I forget what country, is it in Iran or Afghanistan? Women are not allowed to speak. They are not allowed to speak in public, not even to each other. If you're worried about being disrespected, you better wake up and start paying attention to what's going on in the world. Forget about Christianity. It's nothing. We can handle it. What we can't handle is Muslims trying to take over the world. You better wake up and you better start watching these videos, and you better stop listening to Kellyanne Maddox, because she's leading you down the wrong path. Your outrageousness, your outrage, forget about Christianity, should not be directed towards Christianity and Alex Reed's tarot. Screw it. Go after bigger fish, the real threat. You better wake up. I'm telling you, because I've seen even American women convert to Islam, and they think that they're going to get treated with respect. Believe me, I've seen it happen. These people, they know how to fake it. These men know how to fake it and trick women into thinking they're going to be treated with respect. Oh yeah, then they say, let's go move to my country. And guess what happens over there? You've seen a movie, Not Without My Child? You think that's a fallacy? You think that's fiction? Give me a break. Women better wake up. Thank God I live in America that is opposed to Muslims. And thank God I live in Florida that says no Sharia law. And if you think that honor killings are not done in this United States, you're wrong. They just hide it. But I'm willing to bet you more honor killings are done within Europe and the UK and places like that. But they're starting to wake up. Italy is practically overrun with Muslims. Do you know, Italy is where my parents and my mother came from. And I went to Italy, I don't know, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, I don't know. It was just for a short time, just for a week. And, but now that I'm retired, I would have loved to take a trip there, but I'm not going there. I'm not going to subject myself to Muslims in the street. Forget it. I thank God where I'm at, or goddess. Because the state of Florida said, no, you're not coming here. And you think, and I'm sorry, but Kellyanne Maddox is stupid. She tries to convince you that she's smart. Who would do this? She claims she's bisexual, always has been bisexual, and she defends people that would kill her for being bisexual. She thinks that that's not true. Either that, or she thinks she's safe because she's in England. She's kidding herself, and she's leading all of you down the wrong path. So don't pay attention to any of these videos that talk about and criticize Alex for becoming a Christian. I'm glad she's becoming a Christian. I'd rather have her be a Christian than a Muslim. Hello. Sahar TV. Watch it.